What's up, guys? Twitch here from Community Card Channel, bringing you right now a deck profile of one of my most favorite decks ever in this game, and it's Constellars. I mean, this deck is just so awesome. I mean, really, it's you can go against any deck, and this deck will, I'm going to say, about 70% of the time win. Not all the time. I mean, it's not a meta deck, but 70% of the time you'll come out on top. So let's get started. First, you got the triple Pollux, and you got yourself triple Cows. These guys are main guys of the deck. He gets you the other summon off of him. Cows, of course, lets you go raise or lower levels. Him or any other Constellar monsters, 1 or 2, he gets that effect twice per turn. That's why you can get these rank 5s off so freaking quick with only a rank 4 spam deck, which is freaking awesome. So you got these guys as your main cards of the deck. And then you run triple Sombre. Pretty much, he just lets you summon another guy out. He can even continue plays off for you. Like, even if you want Pollux Sombre, use Sombre, get an Algiddy out of the grave. Algiddy again, use Algiddy's effect. Which, by the way, here's the Algiddy. I only run double. But he lets you special summon. So you can special summon the Cows off of him. There you go. You just got a 4 spam. 4 people on the field. Easy. Off of that, I only play the one Sheraton. I was having him at 2, but now with the new rulings, the new ban list, he's only really required at 1. You only search him out, and then you only get like maybe a Sheraton, or not a Sheraton, a Sombre. What am I thinking? Double S's. You get a Sombre out with him because you have your Rhodas for Pollux, you have your 10 keys for Cows, and you can just draw him. This deck has great draw power. So you only really need 1. You can use 2 if you're playing someone that just keep burning your cards. You might want to run 2, but he's pretty good just for the quick search. So that's all Constellars. Now for non-Constellars, double max C. Draw power of the deck. If you face anyone that uses any kind of special summoning, drop this real quick. Easy, just draw. I like it better than Upstart because Upstart, your opponent gains 1,000 and you only draw 1 card. This, you pretty much dump it, you get a card, so it's just 0. You don't gain anything, you don't lose anything. If anything, you melt a card off your deck, and your opponent doesn't even know what it is because it went to your hand, not even your graveyard. If they get 2 special summons off, like especially Yang Zings, great card against Yang Zings because if they have 5 guys on the field or even 4 and they have creation and you just drop a Dark Hole, drop a Max C with it, or even if they do it, you drop the Max C, that's an easy 5 in your hand. It's refreshing your hand. Very good card. Next, we got the 1 Bear. These are just one-ofs. 1 Photon, 1 Thunder King, and then 1 Honest. Bear, of course, for the 10 key searches. Very self-explanatory. Also, pop back row. Or, top back row. Monsters. If you choose to do that effect. Photon Thrasher, just another 4 guy. I mean, 21 beater, that's better than anything the Constellars can bring. And you can also search him out with Rhoda if you've already drawn all 3 of your Polluxes. Great guy to just have that 4th card. Because even back when there was 2 Rhoda and I had triple Pollux, I'd use that Sheraton to search out a Pollux if I needed it. And then the other Rhoda was kind of like, it's kind of iffy. Thunder King, stop searches. It kind of sucks because you can't search your own deck with it, but it's good because it's just another negation. And then, of course, Honest. I mean, all the Constellars are light. Most stuff in the extra deck's light, too. So, it's just very good to have that. Next are spells. Triple MST. I call this the Heavy Storm because it's really, if you need to blow up more than that, your opponent is most likely running artifacts or burn, stun, whatever. But 3's perfect. You can just blow up little stuff, especially when you just need to get over something real quick. Blow it up. Triple Rhoda for the format. Of course, needed, as well as the triple 10 keys. These are the searchers of the deck. You can search all your Cowses, all your Polluxes, get the instant 5s on the field. Rank 5s, I mean. You can go down to 3. 3 is still a great rank to go to. I don't know why people don't think of it like that. so many good rank 3 cards you can use. So that's the Searcher of the deck. I call this next card the Soul Charge of the deck. That's Constellar Star Cradle. Great card because one, you just add 2 to your hand. Go from the grave, add 2 to your hand, and you still can normal them if you have a normal jet. Downside, you can't do your battle phase for a turn, but it's the same thing as Soul Charge, but Soul Charge you have to pay 2,000 to get 2 on the field. Him, you just add the 2 to your hand, you normal the one, and the other one, if you got a Pollux, Algidi, Sombre, whatever, you can bring out another guy as well. So I'd rather run this than Soul Charge. That's just my honest opinion. And then last but not least, Regeki. Wish it was Heavy Storm, honestly, but with a ban list, I'll keep Regeki. Dark Hole also works well, too, because if you have Omega on the field, or any of the other guys that cannot be destroyed by card effects, Dark Hole still works just fine. But Regeki is kind of nice because you can protect your guys a little bit, save them from when your opponent does Regeki you or Dark Hole, whatever they decide to use in their deck, so a good card to have. Next will be Traps, double Dimensional Prison, and double Mirror Force. I'm gonna say this entire lineup here is standard, in my opinion. Any deck should run these, but double is good. I do have a third one of these in my side deck because sometimes you do need them. Most of the time you don't, but 2 and 2 is perfect. If you need to use more than these, your opponent is just spamming the field, and most likely you will lose, unfortunately, because they're just hitting you way too much. Double Chain works best, in my opinion, compared to Breakthrough Skill or Effect Veiler. Too many requirements, in my opinion, for Effect Veiler, being that has to be your opponent's turn. Breakthrough Skill, yes, it does have a secondary effect from the grave, but it's only good during your turn. It's not even good against your opponent's turn. If it was good against your opponent's turn, too, oh, geez, that card would be way too broken. But Phoenix Chain, good because if they try to like attack over like a Sheraton that you only have out, you just go, oh, Phoenix Chain, he's not destroyed, you're Sheraton, and then their guys stopped as well. One Compulse, Torrential, Face Off, Solemn Warning. Compulse, everyone knows, bounce a card. That, just destroy the field. Warning, negate a monster. Face Off. If you guys do not know what Face Off is, you guys have been living under a rock, in my opinion. I like this better than Wiretap, in my opinion. During damage step, if your opponent activates a spell, trap, monster effect, even monster effects too. You activate Face Off, negates it. 90% of the time when your opponent activates something, it's gonna be in damage step. Either it's a Mirror Force, Prison, Magic Cylinder, whatever. That's why I like this card, because if, let's say, they try to lance you, so your guy dies because they're only like 200 life points ahead of yours, and your guy gets hit with the lance, so it should technically be destroyed through the attack. Face Off the lance. The only thing they can do is either wiretap it or 7 tools or any other counter trap to negate this. So that's why I like this a lot. Next, let's do the extra deck. Yes, by the way, magic card, I just use it as a spacer. Don't worry about that. For rank 3, I just have the one Ala card. I just like it to pop back row. That's pretty much it, because your MST sometimes, even when you're siding out, you might side out one MST for something else. So that's why I like Ala card, because it's like, okay, that's your other MST of the deck. Even an 18 beater, it still works out. I'll still use it. Works well for me. One black ship. I was playing at my locals. I was playing a guy using Girya. This card came in handy every duel. That's the reason I beat him. The one game. The other game I should have won, but it went to First Blood, and that was freaking not even worth my time, because he just freaking tried to cowboy me and Heartland Draco and everything possible to freaking burn me. But I would have won because I had every guy on the field, but that's another long story. But I like this card, especially for low-level decks, low-attack decks. Maestroke, I like him because you can just put him in defense, and he can't get over. I mean, you can just flip your guys down if they attack, and he should be destroyed. You just detach. Um, so he's almost like a brick wall of the deck. Um, um, Precept. You guys can call it whatever you want. I call him Precept. But I call him the other honest of the deck, or the counterpunch if you're battling Boxer, or Kalut, or whatever you want to call him. Gain 1,000. I like him because when you're facing like synchro decks that get like 28 guys or 26 guys on the field, can't really get over them. You just use him, and you just kind of burn over him, because then he becomes a 34 beater. Or you can use this effect on any other monster, any other Constellar XE. So even if you have M7 on the field, he's a 27 beater. Turn him into a 37 beater for the turn. Just freaking really good. Double Omega. Since I don't have Lance in the deck, because I think Lance slows it down, I'd rather have Double Omega, because you can just have Omega on the field as a floater. Protect yourself when you attack. And then if they like chain it, you just go, okay, I'm going to M7 over it. Next turn, you can detach, grab a Sombre or whatever you need out of the grave to get your next play off. That's why I run 2 of him. Stellar Knight, Deneb, or Delteros, I don't freaking know. I just got this card recently. I haven't read him too often, but I like him. Just solid effect. You get 3 guys off, I'm going to say 9 times out of 10 in the deck. Even if you went Sheraton, and then next turn you went Omega Kaus, you can go Kaus, Sheraton to 3, or Sheraton to 4, and overlay for this guy. Just really good, because you just freaking get over stuff like it's nothing. I mean, yeah, whatever. Now I'm going to go to the 5s. Shark Fortress, I like pairing him up, especially when you get M7 on the field, because M7's a 27 beater. Double that, I mean, that's freaking massive attack. Him and double M7 attack isn't 8,000. I think they only get like 400 left or something like that. I gotta do the math. It's been a while since I've done this move, but it gets them so close down to nothing. Most time, if they've either soul charged already or done something where they lose attack, or even if you poked them for a little bit, then you just came out with this play, they're done. They can't do anything, really. I mean, really, even if you went Gaia Dragon, which, of course, that would be the next card I bring out, it's still not, it's so close. I just wish M7's deck was just 100 more. That'd make the deck so much. You can just OTK. Well, I can't really say OTK. You can't one turn kill. Well, not first turn, but yeah, you get me. Karis. I like him or her, whatever you want to do, because it's kind of like Omega. You just they can't really do anything to harm it if you attack, and then if they attack or she attacks, you get to pop one of the back row anyway, or even another monster. That's why I like her a lot. Really good. Volcasaurus. I like Volk because, like, Black Ship can get killed easily. But you just go to Volcasaurus, and you can even get a higher attack guy that Black Ship of Corn can't get over, and then you just go with that afterwards, which is a common play anyway with rank 5s. So, yeah, very good, strong combo. Double Pallades, another compulse of the deck, but you can do anything. I mean, I troll people so many times, like, if I'm not drawing 10 keys or bears, and I just have the 110 key on the field, they're not going to MST because it's already been activated, so it's pretty much just dead to them. It's just wasted a spot. I can use this, bring the 10 key back, and reactivate it. Because you can do it to anything on the field, anyone on the field, whatever. At any time. So that's why I like this. And then double M7. I had one for the longest time, and I was deck testing on DN at the time because I didn't have Dev Pro working. So I had double M7 in because I couldn't find another XE I liked, and I really liked it because if I had one and then if they like chained it or something, I just could go over it again. and then I had double detaches, and then you can kind of just you kind of keep one as like a save card, and then this one you just use like if they change an Omega or Precept or Pallades, you just go bam over it, creates an instant Xe, 2700 beater, plus next turn you get the effect. So you can just add a monster from your graveyard right to your hand. So that works out pretty well. Side deck. There it is. Double Effect Veiler. I like Effect Veiler. Sometimes I swap it out with Maxi, especially when you're facing someone that doesn't really special summon much. It uses more effects. You can say Yang Zings, maybe. I don't know about Shaddoll's. I've played a couple Shaddall decks, but I didn't really learn them that well. Satella Knights, definitely, because if they go Deneb, you just go, oh, Effect Veiler. You're not getting it. Oh, use that, can't use it. Because they really only special summon one time per turn, maybe twice if you're lucky. So that's why the Effect Veiler's in here. Geospatium Grand Mole. Another compulsive the deck. Especially it's a level 3 too, so if you get like the Sheraton and then you got this guy, you can like summon it, and then if they chain or whatever, you just overlay go to that right into that hollow card. Kind of turns it around on your opponent a little bit. And also you can just keep bouncing stuff back, like especially I have this one friend who loves Yang Zings, and that deck is overpowered in my opinion. Konami, you got to start banning some cards out of that deck. But use this against the Synchros. Just keep bouncing everything back, because he doesn't run the one card that protects them from monster effects. Light Ray Delius. Use this especially when you face people that run field cards. I know field cards are not a big thing, but especially when you get, because this deck relies on going in the grave. So if you face anyone that goes in the grave, Gravekeepers especially, you just bring him out. You just go, okay, pop the field card, pop 2 back row as well. Bam. They're stunned. It's 2600 beater. Level kind of sucks because it's kind of high up there. 7 to be exact. I don't really have anything for that, but he's just a good beater. Vivid Knight. I like to swap him out with Bear, sometimes Thunder King, because you can protect your Omegas, your Kauses, because I like to float Kaus, because it's an 18 beater, and if you have Tenki, it's a 19 beater. And also next turn you can get off another 2 if you have 2 Constellars in your hand. Summon both, and then you can still protect that Kaus with this, because its effect is when a light Beast Warrior type monster such as Kaus or Omega is targeted for an attack or a monster effect, you banish that monster, special summon this guy. During your next standby phase, re-special summon out that monster. So even if you special summon this in defense when your opponent attacks, they destroy this, whatever. You still get your other guy. So if you get Omega back, you just go M7 over it. It's freaking, I think it's overpowered. Rajug, whatever you call it, I call him Rajug. I call him the 4th Sombre of the deck, only because you summon him, you tribute him, so he's automatically tributed. Your opponent can't even chain it, can't do anything. He's tributed. You bring out the Sombre, and then you can get the Sombre play off again. Very good. Seod, if you just need that extra, if your guys are getting popped left and right, you just can't keep anyone on the board. You just go special summon Seod. You can do Callus, you can do whatever. You can bring out Callus, bring Callus to 6, Seod copies Callus for 6. Because this copies Constellar monster levels. So you can get out M7 that same turn and use the effect, because you're not getting the side effect of M7. And then, of course, the second Sheraton, just for the search aspect if you need it. So, yeah. For spells, I only run 2. I have Book of Moon. Very self-explanatory why you'd run Book of Moon. And then the single Soul Charge. I wasn't running Soul Charge before I had another Cradle, but with Soul Charge at 1, I just said, okay, I'll run the single Soul Charge. Because you can, if you want to, with this deck, you can set up your field with 3 guys with Soul Charge, so 3,000. you can Sombre out a 4th guy, you can Xe over, take up 2 spots, and you still have 3 spots left over to go for another Xe. You can almost bombard the field with Xes. Just overrun your opponent. So it pretty much set up your plays. For traps, you have the D Prison, as I mentioned, and Mirror Force, as I said earlier. The 1 breakthrough skill, if you need it. Call the Haunted, just to get another guy out on the field if you just need to special summon a guy out real quick. Especially Sombre, because Sombre kind of recycles your graveyard. Use that. And then 7 tools, just if you need it. Especially when you face Geargias and use Geargia armor to bring out the two guys. Next turn's an instant Xe. So you just do this on them and you're freaking screwed. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching, and like and subscribe to the Community Card channel for more videos like this. I have a lot more deck profiles coming your way, so leave a thumbs up. Thank you.